right. Good afternoon, courtroom. This is our final court case, and it just came to my memory that this is my final court case ever at Freedom Academy. Your final court case. We have a team of Laelia and Tasha versus Karma and Ashley concerning is Jill guilty of murder? Outside of my chambers, the team of Ashley and Karma decided they would like to go first with opening statements. So Tasha and Laelia, you will go after. That being said, Karma, Ashley, opening statements.
Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I come to you today with the case of, is Jill guilty of Jack's murder? This case may seem like a puzzle, but when it will be put together, it will all be clear. Jill shall be convicted for the iniquitous crime of murder.
Thank you. Ashley, anything to add?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so jury, Karma and Ashley are entering a plea of guilty. Tasha, Laelia, your opening statements.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. What brings us here today is our client Jill is being prosecuted for a murder she did commit. In this courtroom, we'll prove to you that Jill never killed Jack, and if you think they did, you never knew the strong bond they could have.
Thank you. Do you have anything to add, Laelia? Okay, so jury obviously entering a plea of innocent. Go ahead and score opening statements. All right, we got to move kind of quickly. Both teams have lots of witnesses, lots of things they want to show, so let's get moving. Karma, Ashley, comments, evidence, or witnesses?
Yes, I have a witness. I'd like to call Jessica to the stand. Jessica?
Jessica, to the stand. By the way, promise to tell the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. Witness one, Jessica.
All right, Jessica. How do you know Jill?
We're childhood friends. We've been friends since kindergarten.
Is Jill weird or show any weird behavior? Anything?
Yeah, ever since I've been friends with her, she's always been kind of really weird.
Okay, do you feel safe around Jill?
Not really. No.
Do you think Jill disliked Jack or anything?
Yeah, she definitely had some kind of disdain towards Jack.
Does she act suspicious at times?
Yeah.
And now for the grand evidence. Do you recognize these pictures that Jill drew?
Yes. They're pictures she drew. They're good.
Yeah,
These
evidence.
Okay, these are pictures. These are pictures that Jill drew in 3rd grade.
Art assignment. I'm gonna be her friend.
Okay, go ahead. Jessica, explain what these are again.
You're having an art assignment in 3rd grade, and we were supposed to give a gift to a family member. That's what she gave to her brother.
Wow. Okay, guys, we're going to do just like a strike
Just
2
that
thing.
was
If
good.
you're going to get 2
Actually,
chances, then we got to go.
And no further questions.
Okay, thank you. Guys, go ahead and enter in for evidence. Enter, I don't know what you want to call it, drawings, paintings, whatever. Jill seems very sus. Jess, what is your relationship to them? Who are you?
I've been friends with Jill since kindergarten.
So just your neighborhood person, friend of her. Okay. Cross-examine?
Yes. Okay. So if you were scared of Jill, if you thought she was kind of unsafe or something, why didn't you just stop being her friend?
Because I was a really shy, lonely kid, and she was the only friend I had, and I would rather be with her than be alone.
No further questions.
Anything from you, Tasha?
No.
Okay. Jessica, step down. Jury, go ahead and score Jessica. All right, Tasha, Laelia, let's hear from you. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
I have a comment and a witness.
Comment first and then Palma.
So, did you know that Jack and Jill were married and had 6 kids? And 2 of them were adopted?
Do you really think Jill would want to kill her husband and leave her children without a father and leave her kids to be made fun of? Here's where I'd like to call up our first witness.
Who's that?
Louis the 16th.
Louis the 16th. Boy, that's not who I thought he was going to be. Left hand on. Promise to tell the truth?
Yes.
We gotta speed it up a little because they have a, witness two jury is Louis the, you said 16th?
Okay. Okay. Do you
Ma'am?
know?
Just Louis the
Oh.
16th?
Yes.
16th,
It's Louis.
King
and then
Louis,
XB11.
XB11, then that is 17.
Then 17. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you think? Do you know what happened to your father on the 21st of January?
I saw the Kingsman grab my father out of my house and go.
What happened after your father was taken by the Kingsman?
I watched my father be beheaded by the
What else did you see after that?
I watched my father head roll down the hill.
Do you think your parents were in love?
My mom and dad were always there for each other, even when times got bad.
Louis, I want to bring your attention to October 1793.
Yeah, let's move ahead.
Yes. This was the day my mother was killed.
Can you please explain how your mother was killed?
I seen my mother get taken out of our house and home, and I watched her be beheaded by the kill town.
Any questions for King Louis? Would you girls like to cross-examine King Louis?
Sure. I have a question. Who are your parents? Like, who are they? Their names, anything?
Jack and Jill.
Okay, and why?
Wait. Your parents are Jack and Jill.
Yes.
Continue.
Why were they killed?
I don't know, honestly.
So you don't know.
Don't know why your parents were killed.
I have identification evidence, you know.
Do you?
Yes,
Ivy has.
We have your ID to prove who you are,
Yes.
but you still don't know why they were killed.
No.
Okay. You can grab that from your car and bring it over. Jury, go ahead and enter in ID for Team A. Looks super official. Okay, you can give that back. ID, Team A.
I may have one idea.
Okay, well, share it.
You have an idea?
Yeah.
Well,
What is that? Go.
Of why they were killed?
yeah, go.
Okay.
Okay.
Why were they killed? Why?
Treason.
Treason?
Yeah.
Just a random pop in your head.
Treason. Like, we don't know what sort of treason.
Okay.
Ashley, anything to add?
Ashley, anything?
What kind of treason? Well, there's different things you can do for treason.
No, I don't know.
What is treason?
What is treason?
Jury, that's one for you, sir. Okay, so any other questions for King Louis?
No further questions now?
Okay. King Louis, you may step down. Oh, well, okay, have a seat. I follow the same, go ahead.
He's 10 years old. How is he gonna know?
Yeah. His parents
Are you
did-
talking to?
Okay. Should I say something?
Sure.
Okay. So
Sorry.
Okay. So Louis is only 10 years old, and his parents didn't ever really tell him what they were doing because they were keeping their treason under circumstances like hidden from everybody else because their kids are kind of loudmouths. It's okay. And they just hid it from their kids because
So
It's a
it's
crime.
pretty normal that an
Yeah.
8, 9, 10-year-old doesn't know everything
Yeah,
about
it's
their
a crime.
parents. Okay. But, okay. All right, so Jerry, take that into consideration. Maybe he heard the word treason and doesn't know what it means. Maybe he should. Do you have any other
Yes.
questions for Louis?
No.
Okay. You may step down. Okay. We are now going to go to you, ladies. Comments, witnesses. Oh, go ahead and score King Louis. Comments, witnesses, or evidence.
Yes, I witnessed that. Jane.
Who is it?
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah, Jane.
She looks like a Freedom Academy student.
There's
Promise
an
to tell the
explanation
truth?
for that.
All right, witness 3, Jane.
All right, Jane. When did you last see Jill?
Before I went to go hang my grandma clothes on the floor.
Okay, and how do you know Jill? Do you know her personally?
Yeah, we were friends since first grade.
How do you feel about Jill?
She was kind of weird, but it never determined now.
Did you
Okay,
see
so
Jill?
real fast. So you are also just a neighborhood local friend like Jessica.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And did you see Jill push Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. How hard was it? Was it like hard as in I'm gonna shove you down, or a playful nudge, or what?
Kind of in between, closer.
Okay, so closer to murderous shove, basically. Okay, did she seem suspicious when she did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ashley? No further
Okay.
questions?
Cross-examine Tasha or Laelia.
Yes.
Yeah.
You go first, Natasha.
Do you have any evidence that Jill pushed Jack down?
Okay, so you saw it with your eyes, but there's no proof.
Yeah, there's no proof. but
Do
I
you
saw
girls
it.
have any proof?
Okay, so that's one for almost the whole table.
Continue. Okay. No proof of the pushing. Do you have anything to ask?
Okay. Okay, so how would you describe Jill acting weird? How would you describe her differences from then to when you're hanging out?
Yeah. No, well, she was acting a lot quieter lately, and like she was wanting to do something.
Do you have any evidence that she was planning to do anything? Do you have any pictures? Okay. Where did you see Jill push Jack? Was it
Probably the
Did you ever confront Jill about it?
no, because I was kind of scared too.
Yeah. What other questions?
Tasha, anything? Okay, go ahead and score Jane. Jane, you can step down. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
Comment anything.
Comment and witness. Evidence.
Jack and Jill were criminals. They committed treason together, which led them to their deaths. As Louis had said, his father and mother were both murdered. Jill's mother had been there a month before the beheading. This is where I want to call up our second witness, Jill's mother, Jackie Ann, and we also have some evidence.
Okay, what's her name first?
Jackie Ann.
Jackie Ann, come to the stand, and then we'll get to that. Jackie Ann. Promise to tell the truth.
Yes.
Witness for Jackie Ann, do you want to start with questioning or do you want to start with your evidence?
We'll just start with questioning.
Go ahead.
How do you say Jack and Jill's relationship was?
Oh, they were in love. I could tell it from the way they looked at each other. They
In
definitely-
love?
Yes.
Okay.
They definitely were inseparable.
When was the last time you had seen Jack and Jill?
I saw Jack and Jill around December for the holidays and to spend time with their children since they're my grandchildren.
Do you think that Jack or Jill would ever kill Jack?
No, never. She could never do that to him. They were so kind to each other and were there for each other through everything, through thick and thin. It's not something that either of them would do.
No further question.
Anything, Laelia?
No further questions.
Cross-examine Jackie Ann.
Okay, sure. How often did you see them?
How often? I say I would go over there for the holidays and for the birthdays.
Okay, so that's, a few days, maybe not too often. Well,
I'd say for about a year.
okay, fair enough. Well, would you say that sometimes things aren't always perfect behind the surface, behind the closed doors where no one can watch?
I'd say they were actually a pretty perfect, picture-perfect family.
From what you've seen and what you know of.
Yeah, from what I've seen and from
From
what
what we've seen, which it would take much. Would you have anything?
Okay. Anything else from you?
The evidence?
Okay, anything for Jackie Ann?
No.
Jackie Ann, you can step down. Jury, go ahead and score witness for Jackie Ann. You have some evidence you want to show? Go for
We
it.
have the 2 death certificates for Jack and Jill, for since the King's Men always record everyone they behead. We have evidence of Jack and Jill's beheading.
Okay, go ahead and enter in death certificates. Aiden, will you just look on the phone and see who's calling? Do you have any other evidences?
Yes, we have a letter.
Oh, never would have guessed. Letter?
This is the letter that Jill sent to her mom. Like just catching up with her and like everything, but
They hadn't talked in a while. She wrote her a letter. Okay. So enter letter into the evidence tracker.
The white paper is for just in that handwriting.
This is the translated,
Yes,
easy
that's
to
the
read version.
translated.
Okay, let me read this real fast.
Okay.
Dear Mom, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I just wanted to let you know that Jack and I are happily married. So they did this, wow, without Mom. And have been married for 4 years. 4 years. I've also have 6 kids. Louis the 17th, Marie,
We don't have to read all that.
Thoris of France, Louis Joseph. Oh, so these are names of all the
Yeah,
kids.
that's all.
We are having the best time of our lives. I am in love with this man. I really hope that you can come here in France to see us. I really hope you've been okay. I love you, Mama. Okay. So Mom has been left out of the dark on this, and they would like to meet up. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
Yeah, we have another witness, Juliet.
Juliet. Jury, go ahead and make a witness 5 for Juliet. Promise to tell the truth?
yes.
Okay. Before we get started, let's just establish right away, who are you?
I'm Juliet.
Who is Juliet?
Jill's friend.
One of Jill's friends. Continue.
How do you know Jill? I know Jill because we used to be good friends, but we stopped talking after she told Jack.
Do you think Jill dislikes Jack?
Yes, she used to talk to me about how she hated him with a passion and that he should be dead.
Wow.
Do you think Jill is capable of Jack's murder?
Yes, yes, she always made jokes about killing him, and I never really thought that she would do it.
She would tell you jokes that resulted in him dying?
Yeah, she would be joking around about like attempts to kill him.
Go ahead.
Has Jill ever shown hatred towards Jack when he's not around?
Yeah, she has. She has planned so many different ways to kill or end Jack.
Okay. And then, do you think Jill pushed Jack down?
Yes, I do.
No further questions.
Do you have anything, Karma?
I know.
Have you ever seen any of this, it sounds like pinned up hatred? Have you ever seen it, or you just heard about it? You heard her joking about it. You never saw anything.
Yeah, I never saw her.
Just curious. Cross-examine.
Yes, please. Okay, so first, do you have any pictures together to prove that you guys were like friends, close friends that you ever thought you'd be or you claimed to be?
Not really.
Counselors, do we have any pictures of Juliet and Jill? Okay. Continue.
Do you ever think that she was just joking?
Yeah, I always thought that she was joking. I never really thought that.
Okay, let me choose that. Do you ever think that like maybe she liked him and she was just joking about killing him because she didn't want to show you that she liked him?
I thought that she did like
Okay. Did you witness her pushing him off the hill?
I do not.
Okay. No further questions.
Tasha, anything for Juliet? Okay, Juliet, you may step down. Jury, score Juliet. We're on good pace. Let's just keep it up. You have one more witness. After their witness, I want to hear any more evidences that you have, okay? And then we'll do evidences and wrap. Who is your last witness?
The doctor.
Doctor, to the stand.
She also has evidence.
Oh, forgot about that.
Yes,
Promise to tell the truth.
yes.
Okay. Witness 6. I don't think we've had 6 witnesses in any case that I remember. Is the doctor. Doctor who?
Dr. Topanga.
Dr. Topanga. Is that from Boy Meets World? Great show.
No.
She was a cutie.
Oh.
Back when I was 8.
Okay. Wait,
Continue.
last question.
Dr. Topanga.
I helped her give birth to 3 out of her 4 children, along with Louis. After her first child, she didn't like the doctor, so she came to me and we became really close friends.
How do you feel Jack and Jill's relationship was?
When Luis was born, he was with Jill the entire time, and I could tell they were close. He held her hand most of the time and always told her things like, "It would be okay," and "You're doing great."
Did you ever see signs that Jack and Jill could commit a crime, or did they act suspicious after the births?
I always realized that after the births, Jack was very conservative. He didn't want to talk to any other doctors but me because I was close to Jill. And I don't know exactly why, but he always wanted the babies' names to be confidential. And they also often talked about how they hated the king and his taxes and his policies, and it became like an obsessive thing to the point where they would often talk to me.
So this just struck you as kind of weird.
Yeah, it was really odd, especially since I'm a father.
Cross-examine Dr. Topanga.
So, you say that they seem to really dislike the king. Well, was this just Jack, or did Jill also say anything? Any specifics?
Well, it was mostly Jack because he was a really upfront guy. But Jill also talked about it. Like, they agreed on those things. Like, they do with the relationship, like, they're really close. And I could tell that they both really disliked him. And so that offset.
Now, were they close or way too close?
They were, I wouldn't say that they were like obsessive to each other to where like Jill could be like, "Oh my god, I love you so much, I love you so much." Because they like the perfect couple and like the movie, that's what they were like. It was really good. And I kind of long for that kind of relationship myself.
And how perfect on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, of course,
Was there a relationship? Is that
Yes, the relationship.
I'm only friends with her, so I don't know that much, but you know, they always have fights like normal couples because if they didn't, that'd be abnormal. But
from what you've seen or
what
what
I've
you think?
seen, I'd say like 8 out of 10. And they are a really great couple, and I hope that she can ever murder the man she loves and have had kids with. And I also have my doctor's license to prove that I'm a doctor. And I have the birth certificates of all 6 of their children and the ones that I gave birth to.
I'll take it.
Okay. I gave birth to Joseph, Sophie, and Lou. Sorry, I helped. I helped her give birth to, and I also gave birth to Louis the 17th, and these ones as well. I didn't give birth to them.
All right, jury, go ahead and enter in doctor certificates. You can also enter in I would just call it multiple birth certificates.
Clarification, I did not give birth to any of the children. It was all Jill.
I think we did.
2 of the children were adopted, so that shows that even if they couldn't give birth, that they wanted children to have with each other.
Okay,
Do you have any evidence, like any pictures or anything that you and Jill were friends? Any pictures of you two together?
No, but the birth certificates and if Jill were here.
So you clearly were the doctor that gave
Yeah.
birth.
Clearly.
Clearly.
So,
Anything?
Okay. Anything else? Anything else for Dr. Topanga? Okay, so both teams, we're doing fine. Let's go to remaining comments or evidences. Karma and Ashley, do you have any?
Yeah, I have some evidence.
Go for it.
So I'd like to point out that water isn't typically, especially wells aren't typically on top of hills because you have to dig a lot deeper. Now, water, like wells, are more commonly near valleys, and that's why I'd like to point out this map that clearly shows that there was a valley, a very lovely valley, so states its name, that they could have gone to, but for some odd reason, they went to the hill,
Okay,
even though
so
the valley's closer.
Let me show it. You guys write in, I would just call it well map. Let me show our spectators here. Now you can maybe walk around and show, explain what you're saying again.
Again, why would they go to it? Why would Jill want to go to the top of a hill? There must, instead of just going to the nice, lovely valley. There's something.
Yeah, a hill, they're going to.
Yeah, like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's just a lot deeper, and wells aren't commonly on hills. It's actually more near valleys, and just the valley is easier to access.
Okay.
Water.
What else you got?
Oh yeah, we have been a part of the original rhyme. The map.
When it's your turn.
Look at the map. Yes, the Jack and Jill rhyme.
Let's hear it. Oh yeah. We'll do that.
There's multiple verses.
Okay, go ahead and put in Jack and Jill's story into evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not. Are you gonna read
I'm gonna read the third verse.
just this one?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, just this third verse. Jill came in, and this literally states, okay, Jill came in and she did grins, his paper plaster. Mother vexed, she did whip her next for causing Jack's disaster. The original rhyme literally states that she caused it right here at this bottom line.
Mm.
Upright states it.
Okay. Anything else, girls?
No further evidence.
Okay. Laelia, Tasha, comments or evidences?
We have evidence and comments.
Whatever one you want.
Okay, so to Karma's thing about her causing the murder, Jill could have easily have accidentally told someone about her committing treason for him to get caught, which causes his murder, for him being caught and beheaded. Jill could have easily just said something that she didn't mean to say and got them both executed. And we also have one more piece of evidence. It is the rock that Jack's head tumbled down. Oh yeah, you probably want to open it.
Jack's head hit this rock.
Yes, and
From
we
Jill
already
pushing him.
no,
No.
From the guillotine, the guy
The who?
slices off their heads. The guillotine guy.
His head went down the
Yeah.
hill.
Ah,
When it was rolling down the hill, it
top of the hill. Head rolls down and hit that.
And there wouldn't be that much blood.
Okay, enter in rock into the evidence or bloody rock. Anything else you want to say or show?
If
No.
Jill pushed him down the hill, there wouldn't be like that much blood, honestly. Because he's just,
He'd just be thumping and flopping.
yeah,
not
there won't be
bleeding.
a little blood, but bro.
No, bro.
I'm sorry. But look at this. You.
Professional court.
But that's a lot.
Tell them.
That's a lot, right? You can see it. It's a lot.
That would not
So-
happen just falling down a hill, in your opinion.
Yeah.
No matter what to say.
Okay. So are you girls ready to close?
Yeah, we're ready to
Okay,
close.
are you girls ready to close?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear your closing statements.
Your Honor and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for listening to our case. There is no question that Jill is guilty of Jack's murder. Jill was spotted by an eyewitness, Jane, and the story literally states that she did, kill Jack. And Jill also seems to have a questionable mindset from these drawings. And our last reminder is that Jill took Jack to that hilltop. Again, water is just better at a valley or something. She had a choice. Jill is guilty.
Okay, thank you. Anything to add, Ash? Laelia and Tasha, your closing statements.
Okay. Today we hope we have proven to you that Jill is not guilty of Jack's murder. Here's something to refresh your memory. Jack and Jill were married. They had 6 kids together. They have also died for each other. They have committed crimes together. We also had Jill's mother testified on Jill's behalf and their son's testimony about the unconditional love in the home. That's my proof, Your Honor and jury, that Jack and Jill had no ill to each other.
Anything to add? Okay. Jury, go ahead and score out overall evidence. Remember, it's not necessarily how much evidence, it's the quality of the evidence. Score closing statements, add up the total stars, and then answer your conclusion question. Scoring time.